Welcome to UGloss Live. My name is Callum Helliwell.
And I'm Philippa Chilton.
We're starting today with the latest developments on an explosives incident in Cheltenham. It began on Brooklyn Road yesterday, where a 57-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of making an explosive substance for an illegal purpose. Today, police officers moved their investigations elsewhere in the town to a house on Cromwell Road and a garage on Cam Road. You can find out more on this story on our UGloss Live website and on Twitter.
Plans have been put forward to reduce the speed limits in some residential parts of Cheltenham. Traffic could be cut to 20 miles per hour to improve safety for pedestrians. Tom Hadfield reports.
A public consultation will run on whether or not to reduce the speed limit in certain parts of Cheltenham to 20 miles per hour. The plans have been met with mixed response from the residents.
A lot of people are rushing and distracted and busy when they're in town. There's lots of things to distract drivers' attention. So again, I think it'll just make it safer if people are travelling at a more cautious level.
I think traffic's quite busy around here and I don't think they actually need to impose a speed limit.
Reductions of speed limits around certain areas like schools are always a good thing, and with the speed humps. But in the centre of town, I think 30 miles an hour can be just as hazardous as 20 miles an hour.
Max Wilkinson of Cheltenham Borough Council believes the plans will have a positive effect on the town.
Well, I'm not a transport planner, so I'm not an expert in that, but the people who I've spoken to tell me that actually what you get if you have 30-mile-an-hour speed limits in town centres where there are lots of traffic lights is that people race from one traffic light to the next, and having slower travelling cars does not necessarily mean that you'll end up with more congestion, and I don't see any reason why you would have more congestion if traffic was generally travelling slower.
The consultation will run from Monday 6th of November until Monday 4th of December. Tom Hadfield, UGloss Live.
There is concern over the safety of supermarket chicken, and that's arriving on our shelves from America. Consumer groups fear the problem will become even worse after Brexit. I've been to Gloucester to see what shoppers think.
We love our chicken in Britain. In fact, we work our way through up to 870 million birds in a single year. But could Brexit change all that? If a deal goes through, our supermarkets could be flooded with American chicken, which had been washed with chlorine.
No, not at all. I mean, no, not at all. I think that's absolute, utter... I can't believe that. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give it my kids.
Although experts in the US say the chlorine has no effect on your health, some residents in the UK aren't so sure.
I don't. I just carry on as normal. It doesn't mean no harm for the rest of my life and my kids' life. So
I've not really thought about it. I don't buy it very often. I buy it ready frozen, so it's heat. Just get it out of the freezer, put it in the dish, that's it, it's done.
It's those sort of views that may be turning people away from supermarkets. Paige Evans has been to a butcher in Gloucester whose business is picking up because customers are looking for fresh ingredients on their doorstep.
Although Cheltenham is voted one of the best towns for retail development, is this affecting our independent businesses grow? We spoke to John O'Connor, a local butcher, to discuss the factors with his business within the town centre.
Business at the moment is just about holding its own, and to be quite honest with you, Cheltenham is not, even though they say it's in the top 10 shopping towns out of 200 in England, I don't believe it is anywhere close. It's not even anywhere close to its potential of the people that should be shopping here. Most people will go to Bristol. I wonder why. Parking is expensive here. The footpaths are crap. And we're all waiting for the John Lewis supposedly to bring us in new business into the centre of town, and I can't see it happening.
But what do we think about the supermarkets? Are local businesses in competition with the big chains?
Butchers don't necessarily cut one another's throats, but it's the supermarkets that are doing us an injustice by selling meat way cheaper than we can even purchase the meat for. And if you look back to the chicken scandal that went on a few weeks ago, you will know why the supermarkets can charge what they can charge, because they're cutting the producer to the bone.
So what does this mean for our local butchers? Are they going to pull through the Christmas months, or will they continue to lose trade to the local supermarkets? Paige Evans reporting for UGloss Live.
Today it's our big food special at UGloss Live. Later we'll be tasting cuisine from all over the county, But first, to the controversial world of junk food and how it can affect our health and well-being. We challenged reporter Tom Bartley to change his healthy ways and spend a week eating nothing but junk. This is how he got on.
Results from a 2016 survey by the BBC Good Food Nation found out that 1 in 6 young people eat fast food at least twice a day. Over the next week, I'll be eating McDonald's twice a day, every day, to find out what health problems this can cause. Before I started the experiment, I needed to see how healthy I was. I went down to the Cheltenham Science Centre to measure my resting heart rate and its recovery time, as well as my reaction speed. The results of both these tests were above average, showing I was healthy at the start of the week. I then spoke to Sean Adams, a member of staff at the centre, who explained to me the physical and mental changes my body would go through.
So obviously, physically you'd put on a bit of weight, and then your heart rate will increase more when you're doing your exercise, because your heart's having to work a lot harder due to the arteries being clogged with the fatty foods that you'd probably be eating.
So it's Thursday the 26th of October, and I'm about to have my first McDonald's of the week. This is actually an experiment done by Morgan Spurlock in 2004 for a documentary where he ate McDonald's for 30 days straight and suffered massive mental and physical side effects. So let's see how I get on. So it's day 6 of the McDonald's diet, and I think I'm really starting to feel the effects of it now. I feel very lazy, very sluggish all the time, quite slow, and I'm quite looking forward for it to being over now and eating some proper food. So it's the last day of my McDonald's diet. I'm about to have my last meal, 20 chicken nuggets, and physically the last couple of days have been quite tough. I've been having pains in my chest and my stomach quite a bit, shortness of breath, with doing a small amount of exercise, like even going up the stairs. Quite looking forward to never eating McDonald's again, and seeing these results tomorrow and seeing how my health's been affected. This is Tom Bartley reporting for Uni of Glos Live.
And Tom joined us now in the studio after your challenge, so how'd you get on?
So last week my resting heart rate was 56 beats per minute. I've gone back today for the test, it's now gone up to 62. So in a week that's quite a big change already. Another thing that happened was my recovery rate from getting back to my resting heart rate after exercise. Last week was actually 4 minutes, and this week we went for 6 minutes, and it still hadn't recovered back to its resting heartbeat. So you can see some effects there in my heart rate and its beats per minute.
So what has this changed your perception on junk food?
I wouldn't say it changed my perception, because I knew it wasn't healthy, but I just didn't realise how it hit me physically and mentally as well. I felt quite lazy this week, sluggish, and I didn't really expect those effects to affect me mentally as well as physically.
Well, thanks very much, Tom. I hope you get back to those smoothies and juice shakes soon.
I will.
But of course, if you feel the urge to revert to something greasy, you might think about ditching your Big Mac and trying for a classier burger instead. We've discovered a converted bus on the edge of Cheltenham which is offering 5-star food and attracting some big-name celebrities. Amy Ballantyne reports.
We're on a bus, but this one's not going anywhere. In fact, people go out of their way to find it at a lay-by on the edge of Cheltenham. 3 years ago, Maria and Neil Thomas traded in their hot dog van for this old bus, which they've converted into a 50s-style diner. Now, every day, people climb aboard for everything from a full English to a cheeseburger.
A diner as opposed to just a burger van. We have a huge lay-by where people could park, which a lot of them have got small lay-bys. And we use exceptionally good ingredients. Not that nobody else does, but we really do.
Among their customers have been celebrities such as Louis Theroux and the Hairy Bikers, but they've also built up a community of loyal regulars.
Each time I come here, it's well priced, food's brilliant, and company's great.
Before converting their 1991 bus, they run a hot dog van called the Munchie Wagon from the same spot for 12 years. Their current business not only gets a 5-star rating from hygiene inspectors, but also rates 5-star on TripAdvisor. Amy Ballantyne, UO Glos Live.
Now to coffee wars in Cheltenham. Until now, the big chains have been ruling the high street, but independent cafes are making a comeback. Mel Everidge reports.
For some people, it's a morning routine. For others, a morning treat. The common thought is to go to Costa or Starbucks, but a majority of the UK buy their coffee in an independent store. Artisan stores, like the coffee dispensary in Cheltenham, have seen an increase in custom over the last few months. Chains like Costa have seen little growth in sales, with Costa's parent company Whitbread suffering a 5% loss in shares, leaving some questioning if Brexit inflation is to blame. Customers are now choosing local stores as they have remained low in price and still deliver high-quality coffee. Mal Etheridge, YouGloss Live.
But if coffee is not to your liking, how about this? With the winter season approaching, hot drink sales are increasing, especially a new trend in unique hot chocolates. Lisa Capener reports.
Hi there, can I have a hot chocolate, please?
Sure, would you like a white chocolate, hot chocolate, hazelnut, dark chocolate, caramel?
The Christmas season is here and retailers and cafes are offering more and more different choices of hot chocolates. At the Everyman Cafe in Cheltenham, sales are booming.
There's been a lot in the last couple weeks. I guess it's getting colder. It seems to be increasing. They've been asking for vanilla and caramel a lot.
So with all these new flavours, is the original hot drink being made redundant? A survey conducted recently found that 7 out of 10 people preferred the original. Smoky Joe's Cafe in Cheltenham offer a range including the popular unicorn hot chocolate. They say it is popular because people haven't had it before.
We've been selling much more the unicorns, for kids especially, because they like the surprise and the sparkle and the glitter on it and sweet.
Clearly hot chocolates are very popular in a variety of different flavours, so I'm going to enjoy my unicorn hot chocolate and back to you in the studio.
Oh, that looked lovely. There is now going to be a new name on Gloucester's High Street. Yanto's Pancake House is due to open soon with a huge menu of sweet treats. Manager Kyle Isaac says that he's looking forward to the big opening on Monday.
It started as a family dream, so the owners of the place, they went to a pancake house on their holiday and they loved the idea with their 2 girls, just became a dream of theirs. But there are so many people who have been excited by the fact that there's something new, particularly in this place. So where we are on the street, there's a lot of charity shops, a lot of smaller businesses that don't really provide much. Yanto's is brand new, there's nothing like us. As far as I'm aware, there's never been anything like us. So you've got some places that serve desserts and stuff like that, but nowhere that focuses on the base being pancakes and waffles, and then doing savoury and sweet options on top of it.
It wasn't so long ago that you could wake up in the morning and find a bottle of milk on your doorstep. We've already heard the supermarkets have had a big impact on our shopping habits, but there's one traditional dairy farm that's trying to bring back the old-fashioned service, as Olivia Scott reports.
Think milk floats are a thing of the past? Think again. Cotswold Dairy Farm are the biggest company around for doorstep delivery. With over 50 farms and 100 cows milked an hour, this company churns out 400,000 litres of milk a day, not to mention an extensive menu of yogurts, cheeses and creams. Roger Workman is the son of the founder Harry Workman and now looks after the business with his son George. He is pleased to say that business is booming.
Well, it's nice to see it grow, and hopefully the family will come into it in the next generations, and not to lose our identity. I mean, we've got to the stage really where we've got quite large, and you can sort of lose that family, and I don't want it to get more corporate, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
He is one of 4 generations involved in the business that was built upon local products, family and hard work. They have only missed 1 day of delivery since they began 80 years ago.
And this is my uncle, who was a farmer, who my father bought the milk round from on the 1st of May 1938.
So if you see Roger out and about on his float, don't forget to give him a wave. Olivia Scull for YouGloss Live.
So has the milkman been to your door recently?
Even if he was, I would never get up early enough to see him. We'll be back next week with a Brexit special, and that's all for me. I've been Callum Helliwell.
And I've been Philippa Chilton.
And this has been YouGloss Live. Thank you very much. Have a very good evening.
Goodbye.